Hello everyone, this is Priyasha from XAT and welcome to the first part of the revision series for XAT where we'll be covering the geometry. But before that, I have an important announcement or information for all of you who are watching this video. So it has been a long while and now we are very close to the examination, and trust me, it's every single day when I pray to Sai Baba that all the subscribers of XAT who are watching this video with some hope, with some kind of need that maybe something important comes in this video which will help us in the examination. I really pray day and night to Sai Baba that all the viewers and subscribers of this channel who are going to give the examination seriously for that this year, may all your questions be answered nicely. You are able to answer all of them, all are correct, and you're able to get what you really want from life. And if that is through that examination, may your exam goes really good. So I've been praying this all day, all night. And I would also say this, that the reason I incorporated this in the beginning of the video itself is because this one small line would really instill some amount of motivation in you to carry forward for these few more days, and you are ready to do a little bit of more hard work than what you're doing currently. All the best, my folks. You guys are doing good and you will do much better on the D-Day as well. So with all this energy and confidence, let's get started. So before I start, I want to tell you what will be the approach of the revision series. So revision series, as I say, is just few days before the exam. So I'll not ask you to delve down into the topics. Also, some of you who are watching this might have also practiced some of the questions of geometry already. So basically, this video is going to help you with all the crisp pointers for revision which would be needed for each one of you to get the answers right in the exam, the bare basics. And I have been asking this to the professors also, that since he always keeps saying that examination is not really hard, if you are smart enough, you know the bare basics, you can do it. Well, that's right to a certain extent, because that allows you a lot of time also for each question. So if you really go and try to do the questions from the very bare basic perspective, you can still get the answers. So let's get started. The part 1 of your revision will be related to lines and angles, guys. Okay, तो जब हम lines and angles की बात करते हैं, what are we specifically mentioning or talking about? Let us talk about the parallel lines, perpendicular lines theorem. You know the basics. I'll not tell you what are parallel and perpendicular lines, but I just like to tell you about the transversal rules. Okay, so what happens is that when you have two parallel lines and one transversal crosses it, we get this get divided into 8 angles. One, okay, and the one right below is called as the corresponding. Corresponding क्यों कहते हैं, अगर ये समझ लोगे तो लाइफ में कभी भी याद नहीं रखना पड़ेगा. Corresponding इसलिए कहते हैं क्योंकि if you check the position, this is line L and this is line M. So line L के top left corner पे 1 है. Similarly, टॉप लेफ्ट कॉर्नर पे लाइन एम के यहाँ पर कोई और नंबर है. सो इफ आई गिव इट लाइक 1 2 ओके 3 4 5 6 7 and 8, then I can say that 1 and 5 are corresponding. So एक टाइप के एंगल होते हैं जिन्हें हम corresponding कहते हैं. Okay, and that will be 1 and 8. Okay, similarly 2 and 6, 4 and 8, 3 and 7. I'm not writing it, I'm orally telling you. Similarly 1 and 3 are alternate angles. What do you mean by alternate angles? Those angles which are again equal because they are forming an X, like 1 and 3, 2 and 4, like that. Okay, correspondingly at the bottom it's 5 and 7, 6 and 8. ये दो angles equal हो गए. फिर कुछ angles हैं जो कि equal नहीं but supplementary होंगे. So what are supplementary angles? Supplementary angles are the ones which add up to 180 and complementary are the ones which add up to 90. Okay, so therefore we can say that कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री तो यहाँ पे कुछ भी नहीं है, बट हाँ सप्लीमेंट्री जरूर है. जैसे 1 and 2 एड अप टू 180 डिग्री, 1 and 4 एड अप टू 180 डिग्री. और इसके लिए आपको कोई प्रिंसिपल या नाम याद रखने की जरूरत नहीं, बिकॉज ये एक स्ट्रेट लाइन पर है और अगर एक एंगल हमें पता है तो दूसरा 180 माइनस दैट एंगल ही होगा, सप्लीमेंट्री. ओके, सो इसको मुझे अलग से एक्सप्लेन करने की जरूरत नहीं है, बट दिस कैन रियली बी यूज्ड टू फाइंड आउट द मिसिंग एंगल क्वेश्चंस, जो कि डेफिनेटली पूछा जाता है एग्जाम में. सो दिस इज वन थ्योरम विच यू गाइज नीड टू नो. ओके, ऑल्सो अगर आपको एक ऐसा एंगल दे दिया जाए जिसमें ये एंगल ए है, ये एंगल बी है, ये सी है और ये डी है, तो आपको पता है कि इसका टोटल 360 होगा. इफ बाय एनी मीन्स यू आर एबल टू फाइंड आउट 3 ऑफ देम, द फोर्थ वन कैन easily be found out. Okay, so keep that in mind. Similarly, whenever there's a formation like Z, so this is alternate angles and this is also equal. ऐसी छोटी छोटी चीजें हैं, इसमें और भी नाम आते हैं जैसे को इंटीरियर एंगल्स, एलिड एंगल्स, बट मैं इनके जाना ही नहीं चाहती. क्यों? क्योंकि कुछ चीजें हमें जानने की जरूरत नहीं है अगर हमें बेसिक्स पता है तो. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ यू नो दैट 1 and 4 आर गोइंग टू बी सप्लीमेंट्री, देन व्हाई डू यू नीड टू नो दैट हमें उसे साथ में क्या बुलाते हैं? Not at all required, right? So keeping that in mind, make sure you follow it and go ahead and get done. Now let's talk about the next thing. ये lines and angles हो गया. Next thing बड़ा प्यारा है, and this is a little formula oriented stuff, guys, so please pay attention. This is called as polygons. Polygons, any closed figure is called as a polygon, but then we have a lot of types of polygons, जैसे triangle, quadrilateral, pentagon, hexagon, heptagon, octagon, nonagon, decagon. ये सब क्या है? ये 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 रेस्पेक्टिवली साइड्स है जिनके नाम मैंने लिए, बट इन सभी का अपना एक फॉर्मूला है. ओके, नंबर ऑफ एंगल्स हैं. तो वो सब जानने से पहले फर्स्ट लेट अस नो अबाउट व्हाट आर रेगुलर polygons. So regular polygons are the ones which have the same angles plus the same sides. That means the length of the sides. For example, a regular pentagon will be called as a regular pentagon only when all the 5 sides are of the same length, and the angle which they are forming, the interior angle which they are forming, should also be the same. Only then we call it as a regular pentagon. Okay. Now come to an example, a very quick example. Is square a regular polygon? Yes. Why? Because all the 4 sides are equal and all the angles are also equal to 90 degree. But is a rhombus regular polygon? All the 4 sides are equal, but it is not a regular polygon because all the 4 angles are not equal. So that makes a difference. Why am I so much stressing on this? Because lots of formulas are surrounded around regular polygon. So उससे पहले important है हमारे लिए एक और concept जानना, which is diagonals. So if you are supposed to find out diagonals of any polygon, okay, so for calculating the diagonal of any polygon, you have to use a simple formula which you might note down: n into n minus 3 whole divided by 2. That means if we consider an impossible case, let's take a triangle. क्या triangle में diagonal बनाना possible है? The answer is no. But firstly, we should know what is a diagonal. So let's take a rectangle where we have a diagonal. You know this line is called as a diagonal. If I call it as A, B, C, D, then AC is a diagonal and the other diagonal can be BD. Why is this two lines only diagonal? Because they are actually connecting the two vertices which are not directly connected by the sides. अब आप B और D को directly किसी side से connect नहीं कर सकते. It's BC and DC, दो side cross करके जाना पड़ेगा, इसीलिए इसको डायगोनल बोलते हैं. अब ये डायगोनल ट्रायंगल में पॉसिबल क्यों नहीं है? द रीजन फॉर दैट इज दैट ऑल द वर्टिसेस आर इंटरकनेक्टेड, सो द डायगोनल विल हैव लाइक द डायगोनल इन द triangle will be 0, and that is also possible because when I put 3 minus 3 I get a 0 directly, but when in this same formula I put 4 minus 3 by 2, this gives you 1 and this gives you total 2. So there are two diagonals and this formula absolutely works. You can try it with the diagonals for an hexagon and a nonagon and tell me in the comment section what was your answer. I'll have a look. Then next one is interior and exterior angles. Okay, so किसी भी polygon में जैसे इसी same triangle में अगर मैं इस line को extend कर दूं तो this one will be my exterior angle. And एक बहुत सी प्यारी सी rule है exterior angle property for triangles which says that आपको पूरा process करके आने की जरूरत नहीं है. If someone gives you the value of the interior opposite angles, then this one will be the sum of interior opposite angles. So if A और B आपको पता है तो opposite side का exterior angle उसका sum होगा, and this can be practically proved as well, but मैं ये बिल्कुल नहीं करने वाली इस वीडियो में because this is a revision video, guys, you know that. Okay, next let's move on to the other properties. Now the other properties which are really going to help you in the formula case is for the regular polygons. तो अगर आपको ये निकालना, आपने कभी ये सोचा है that why exactly the sum of all the angles in a triangle is 180 and why it is 360 in a quadrilateral? Well, that comes with a reason. The formula is for, but remember this is only applicable to the regular figures. Okay, so in this case, if you are supposed to find out the sum of the interior angles of a polygon, okay, the entire sum, so you will be using the formula 2n minus 4 whole multiplied with 90 degree. तो इसमें n क्या हो जाएगा, n हो जाएगा number of sides. So you can put it for n is equals to 3 for a triangle and verify that 3 into 2 is 6 and 6 minus 4 is 2 and 2 into 90 is 180 degree. So that's how the sum of all the three angles in a triangle is 180 degree. Same can be done for any other figure you want to choose. Pause the video, try it and see if the formula is working. But अगर regular polygon है तो हम एक एंगल की भी वैल्यू निकाल सकते हैं. A single angle inside a polygon would be equal all throughout and therefore can be easily calculated by dividing it by the number of sides. So each interior angle can be calculated as 2n minus 4 into 90 degree divided by n. Okay, same, a very easy process. This thing is constant for all the polygons, that the sum of exterior angle will always be equals to 360 degree for all the polygons, so no involvement of n. But then if you want to know the value of each exterior angle, then you can divide 360 degree by n, or else if you already have the value of interior angle, then सीधा 180 minus n कर दो, you will get the answer over there. ये सारी छोटी छोटी चीजें हैं. मैं आपको एक क्वेश्चन दूंगी एंड में, जिससे आपको देखने को मिलेगा कि हाउ इफेक्टिवली यू कैन use these formulas. Okay, now let's get down into some different category which is quadrilateral. Quadrilateral की बात करते हैं तो quadrilateral खुद की बहुत सारी properties होती हैं, but properties जानने से पहले जरूरी है कि हम उसे interconnect कर सके. So until and unless we are able to properly interconnect one quadrilateral with the other, it's really difficult to remember any kind of properties. So when we talk about the quadrilaterals, I will actually give you a rough sheet, guys. Okay, what I'll do is, instead of making this video extremely long and tedious, I would rather go ahead and help you people with some cheat sheets on my Instagram page, where I will come up with the formulas related to all the different quadrilaterals. So just note it down that quadrilaterals का material आपको Instagram पे मिल जाएगा. Okay, within a period of 1 week, I will be uploading all the formulas, important ones, on Instagram. But the quadrilaterals which you need to keep in mind is, number one, you should work with trapezium. That's a very favorite quadrilateral for XAT. Okay, trapezium is one such quadrilateral which is asked. Okay, similarly, one more is very important, which is not very frequently asked in other exams but taken care of in XAT, that is kite. Kite से related भी questions आपको देखने को मिलेंगे. Okay, another one which is a very basic one is parallelogram. Now parallelogram is written like this. These two lines denotes parallel and GM denotes gram. So parallelogram की property भी important है. Parallelogram के अंदर ही rectangle and square आता है, for your kind information. So rectangle and squares are actually types of parallelogram with some basic new interesting formulas. Okay, also rhombus is one which you should cover. I will tell you all the important properties of these quadrilaterals where on Instagram. So remember, okay, if I don't upload, then remind me in the DMs. All right, fine. I will be uploading that. And then after you finish off with the quadrilaterals part, I have already made a video on circles, guys. So I will not be writing or talking about this in this video. I'll be giving you the circles video link in the description box and also in the first pinned comment. So make sure you check that out. Okay, the next thing I would like to take up is the surface area and the volume of the cube and the cuboid. Okay, so this is where we are entering into the 3D space. Okay, 3D space के लिए भी एक पूरी मस्त अच्छी सी मेरे पास sheet है, जहाँ पर all the formulas related to surface area, lateral surface area and volume is there. So any figure you are taking in 3D, you have to work on few things. One is the surface area, which is also called as the total surface area, as well as the lateral surface area. Now in this video I'll tell you the understanding between what is total and what is lateral. तो जब भी आप किसी फिगर को लेते हो, अगर आप उसका बेसिस छोड़ दो, यानी for example take your room which is a cuboid, if you just leave the floor and the ceiling, then that makes the lateral surface area. Okay, so for any other figure as well, if you take a cylinder also which has two bases, circular base, one at the top and one at the bottom, तो उसको छोड़कर अगर आप एरिया कैलकुलेट करते हो तो दैट इज कॉल्ड एज लैटरल सरफेस एरिया, एंड इफ यू इंक्लूड द टू बेसेस देन दैट इज कॉल्ड एज द total surface area. So using this concept, can you just imagine sphere and hemisphere? बस अपने दिमाग में एक बार इमेजिन करके देखो स्फीयर को और हेमिस्फीयर को. सो स्फीयर में क्या होता है, कोई भी बेस नहीं होता. So because there is no base in a sphere, the surface area, both total and lateral, are the same. Okay, but when we talk about a hemisphere, half of this would definitely be the lateral surface area of this hemisphere. But then with the lateral surface area, if you add the area of this circle, which is the base, then you will find the total surface area of the hemisphere. ये understanding है जो आपको incorporate करनी है. This is the understanding which you need to incorporate inside you while you are watching this video. इस वीडियो को देखने का पर्पस यही है कि हम अंदर से चीजों को समझे, और फिर प्रैक्टिस तो हमें खुद से करना ही है. ओके, ऑल्सो वन मोर फॉर्मूला विच यू नीड टू वर्क ऑन इज द डायगनल. डायगनल्स की भी अब इनके फॉर्मूला होते हैं. सो आई विल बी शेयरिंग दीज फॉर्मूलाज ऑल्सो स्पेसिफिकली विथ यू. इसमें फिगर्स अगर आपको नोट करने हैं तो प्लीज नोट कर लीजिए. द इंपॉर्टेंट 3D फिगर्स यू नीड टू वर्क ऑन इज क्यूब, cuboid, okay, cylinder. We can work on cylinder. Then we can work on hollow. There is a concept of hollow cylinder also. You can add up that. Sphere and hemisphere for sure. Cone. Okay, cone is another important thing. Okay, cone में slant height भी आता है. If you do these, that will be more than enough. More than enough. ये 6 are more than enough. Okay, and finally moving to one very important section, which section is called as the triangles. Okay, so triangles is loved by all and hated by many. All right, so triangles comes in different formulas. Okay, one is the Heron's formula. One basic formula is half into base into height for calculating its area, but life is not easy. They generally don't give you only based on it. The other formula which you need to know is under root s multiplied with s minus a, s minus b, s minus c, where s is the semi perimeter, guys. Okay, semi perimeter means where you add up all the three sides and divide it by 2. Okay, semi perimeter ho gaya. And when you subtract the sides one by one from s and then multiply it with s and then find out the square root, you will get the same area which you are expecting to get from this formula. Okay, now equilateral triangle comes with a specific formula set. So equilateral triangle को अलग से cover करेंगे. एक बहुत important property है जो कि isosceles triangle के साथ associated है. Isosceles triangles come with a very nice property that if these two sides are equal, the corresponding angles at the bottom are also equal. So that really helps you to get the values of the angles. For example, if they say that this value is 70 degree, then you know that the other two would be 180 minus 70, that is 110 divided by 2. So 55 each. So this is how this formula or these small properties related to the angles and the sides of the triangle make a difference. Similarly, right angle triangle is also one thing. They come with very specific. सबका ना एक अलग अलग आपको formula मिल जाएगा area निकालने का. But trust me guys, if you know the basic two formulas for calculating the areas, you really need not go to any other place. Okay, any other place. These are some things which will really help you. Now come to one last thing, which is finding out the area, but for a quadrilateral part only. Let's say there is a rectangular park and उसमें एक path बना है. तो generally ये path वाले questions के concept होता है जो आपको पता होना चाहिए. The area of the path when the plot is in the rectangular shape. So this is the entire park. Okay, and this is the path. पाथ जब आपके पार्क के अंदर होता है, then you need to know that the area of the path is calculated in a different way. How would you calculate the area? You have to first take the length and the breadth of the park. Okay, that total area would be your total area of P, and उसको आपको subtract करना है the area which is अगेन रिमेनिंग इनसाइड. तो वो आप कैसे निकालोगे? इस कॉन्सेप्ट को निकालने के लिए सी यू हैव टू गो बाय अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ डेप्थ हियर. You have to find out what is the length and the width, especially the width of the park. Okay, so for example, if this is, let's say for us, the uniform width is W. Okay, then what will happen? The outer rectangle, this LP and LB, will actually be L plus 2W, and this one will be breadth plus 2W. Okay, now when you multiply these two, you have to further subtract it by L into B, which is this part L and this part B. Okay, and then you would get the area of path. So this can be a very different concept, okay, when the plot or the path is outside the shape. So इसमें फॉर्मूला में चेंज आएगा, बट मैं वो कंडीशंस अभी नहीं बताऊंगी. व्हाई? बिकॉज अगर मैं आपको फॉर्मूलाज में उलझाती गई, इफ यू कीप ऑन हैविंग मोर एंड मोर फॉर्मूलाज ऑन योर स्क्रीन, you will get a headache, and I don't want you to get a headache. So take the concept and understand why I added it and when I added it. If I am adding it when the path is inside the park, what will happen when the path is outside the park? What will happen when the width changes? तो ये जितनी भी properties है ना, वो primary formula में change कीजिए. Whatever properties I'm discussing, change it in the primary formula, and you will see that life and maths both will become easy. By the way, don't worry, I'll give you the formulas for the different cases on Instagram as well. तो अभी से आने वाले हर दिन you would see the Instagram, so don't forget to follow me on Instagram, where you will get regular updates on not only GK but also English and mathematics. You have to follow me on Instagram, guys, for that, please. Okay, so make sure you do that. And with this, I think that is the good revision for your geometry. इसके आगे कोई भी concept बचता है तो comment below and let me know. I'll make a part 2 and definitely cover that up as well. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. Again, at the end of the video, I'll reiterate that I'm praying this constantly to God, that I really wish that you people succeed in the examination, because that will be a success of mine in turn. So take care and do your best in the examination, guys. And agar video acha laga ho, so don't forget to like it, share it with more and more people, so that this channel actually grows in numbers as well. And final thing, if you're watching it for the first time, please do subscribe as well. Thank you so much, guys. Take care. See you in the next one.